Hello, humans of the internet. Welcome to this level 15 interview with Kit, who's playing Briney. Hi, Kit.
Hello.
Welcome. This is your second character to hit level 15 in the Horde.
Wild.
Um, in Morwen's interview, we already covered like how you found the Horde and blah 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 blah. So I guess this time I kind of want to know what's different. This is your second character. The
Yeah,
Horde has evolved a lot
a lot.
in that time.
Evolved a lot since then. Yeah.
So I guess I'm just curious about what has been different with with Briney as a player.
She's a lot more to herself. She only has a couple of friends. Morwen was like out there and just really gregarious and outgoing with everybody. And Briney's kind of shy and kind of just does her swimming and, keeps to herself. And then whoever shows up at the lake, that's her friend. Whereas Morwen was like friend, 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 friend,
Yep.
so the very different vibe to both of them.
How much of that has been influenced by how the Horde has changed? Or is it just the characters?
It started out as the characters, but they don't have the Wild Tavern Nights anymore. Like in the beginning, that was one of the few places to gather.
Yep.
So there was a lot of, now there's so many huts and other
Yep.
places that
Yeah.
people hang out. So it started out as her being shy, and it just got reinforced by
I
the
think it's
realm.
also probably easier to be friends with everyone when everyone is only 10 people.
Right. And then you add them one or two at a
Yeah.
time.
And
Yeah.
now we have like 30 or 40 or something.
Yeah.
It's different. Not
Yeah.
bad, but definitely different
No,
from
that's
those
different.
early days where everybody knew everybody's business.
Right.
Um, okay, tell us about Briney. Tell us about where Briney came from as a character, I guess, and also how she ended up in the Horde.
We started in another game that didn't get finished, and I just loved her and wanted it. And when I was thinking of my second character, every new concept I came up with, I didn't like it.
Right.
And then I was like, what? Why don't I look? So I looked in my D&D Beyond for characters I had, and I
Hmm.
was like, oh, Briney, she's fun. Let me just rework her a little bit, and that's so her concept. I just wanted something. I'd never played a paladin before.
Hmm.
So I like to play, stuff I haven't like. I'd never
Yep.
been a sorcerer before, so that was
Yep.
fun.
I do the
Um,
same thing.
and I was like, try something different, not charisma based. Oh, damn. Okay,
Still
be
charisma
charisma in a
based.
different way. Yeah. So, and I wanted her to be from Rumblecusp because I thought that was hilarious.
Hmm.
Yo, happy Traveler Day to y'all.
Yeah.
And then
And then she
knowing,
shows up and our taggart is there.
right? And then, she was already from there, from the other
Yep.
campaign, so I didn't make that to fit the horde, but I was
Hmm.
like, oh, this is gonna be some fun with Kyle.
Yep. Yep.
So it's years after, our
Yeah. Yeah.
Artagan was there. But
Yep.
he's a legend.
Yep. It's just I love it. I love the fact that she shows up and this legend from her home is
Right.
just hanging out in adult. Um, so how did Bryony end up in the Horde? What led her to join this guild of adventurers?
Um, so I think a couple people know this backstory about her. Her mom was like the sheriff, like the
Hmm.
local law enforcement in this tiny little village of Vaux. And Briney was kind of like her deputy,
Hmm.
and they had to be on watch for pirates and stuff. So she fell asleep, and um they got attacked, and people got killed, and she just like, the mom was like, you piece of shit, you fell down on your duty. So she decided to leave, and on the way to Nicodranus, she met this dude who was a cleric of the Wave Mother, and he's like, you want redemption? Well,
Boy.
She's not religious at all.
Hmm.
But she's like, oh, I can help people and I can protect people. Yeah, that's what I need to do.
And so she
So
picked Umberly.
she doesn't know.
There's a part of me that's a little sad that this has all happened right at the end of like the big kind of phase stuff, because a lot of those little individual story things have just had to fall by the wayside because I only have so much time and energy,
Right.
and it's all
Yeah.
focused on the big thing at the moment. Will
Yeah.
Briney be continuing?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So I still have time to mess with her. Good to know.
So she got to Nicodranus, and the first bar she came to, they said, "Oh, you want to do something?" She found a flyer and said,
Mhm.
"Okay, I'll go and learn how to be a better person."
Yep.
That's her goal.
Cool. All right. So obviously you've already said that she's a lot shyer than Morwen. Um,
Yeah.
but she
Who
has made a
isn't?
couple. There is that. She has made a couple of significant connections in
Yeah.
the Horde. Do you want to talk about the people that Bryony is close to and
Yeah. So probably her best friend is Chuck. They hang
Mhm.
out pretty much every day, and he plays hide and seek with her pony, and
She's a
her
Pegasus
little
now?
her side eye Pegasus blue, and they are starting to brew ales and things together, and he's the one that she hangs out with the
Yeah.
most. And
Nice.
if he had more time, she'd hang out with Brumner, RPing more, but like in the
Mm.
background, she's hanging out with Brumner and has made a connection with him.
Yep. There's a little romance
And
there.
yeah, a little romance there that I swore Briney would have no romance, but he's just too cute.
You also keep picking people to have romances with who are really busy in real life. What is up with that?
Well, okay, I told somebody recently I have 2 Adams, 1 Will, and 4 relationships.
Yep.
So they're busy, but I have 4
Yeah,
relationships.
that's fair.
So, you
Yeah.
know, it's fine.
Fine. Oh my goodness.
He's
Um,
24/7 RP. You can
yeah.
catch me in a month. We'll do a scene. I'll be good.
Yep. Yep. Um, so it's difficult to talk about. Like Morwen was really easy because she was always in the middle of everything. Bryony is a lot less always in the middle of everything, and I feel like
Right.
she's gotten to level 15, but she's pretty much flown under the radar that entire time. There hasn't been a lot of super story juice or anything really juicy apart from the Brumner relationship, which honestly is mostly just really cute.
It's
Like
adorable.
it's a
He's the
very
sweetest.
adorable. Like they're just so sweet. Um, the big thing for Bridie, I guess, was the traveler fest, the traveler party. So Artagan was a bit eh, due to his
Not,
experiences on
not,
Rumblecusp.
not his fondest memory, but
Um,
he did get a lot of attention. So,
he did, and that seemed to help. But can you tell me about that? Tell me about what that situation.
so they celebrate Traveler Day on Rumblecusp, and it's
Hmm.
just like a very watered down version of Traveler Fest, which I have
Yep.
my poster here for. And um, people were getting, I think, was that right after the Edith thing? I think it was right after
It might
that.
have been, yeah.
Yeah. And she just thought, well, it was actually Traveler Day in real time. Like
Mm.
there's a day with April, whenever that was.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, this is coming up. I'm going to do it on that day.
Yep.
So she was just like, hey, some people throw parties. Maybe I'll try to throw a party and I'll just carve a bunch of dicks and hide them around. And that's how we do it back home.
And that's where the Brumner thing started because he came and helped you carve
Yeah.
penises.
Yeah. See, this was our meet cute, just carving penises as you do.
It's funny because they're such a wholesome couple, and yet that's how they started.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious. We're like, what do you think of this one? Oh, that one's wonky.
Too cute,
Sometimes they
man.
are.
Let's talk about the Wave Mother. So Bridie is
And,
unaware that Umberly is actually super evil.
mhm. She's
Um,
only had one interaction.
yeah, and she was told that she liked pretty things, and she interpreted that to mean like cute shells and souvenirs. But Umberly's version of what qualifies as a pretty thing is actually quite different.
Right. And the way she appeared to her with the big kind of sharky teeth
Yeah.
did not scare Briney because she's used to being in the water,
Yep.
and that's a shark. That's just a creature. You know,
Yep.
she doesn't have that, ooh, that's kind of
Mm.
scary. She's like, cool, powerful.
Yep. Um, as a player, obviously you're much more aware of who Umberly is and what her whole jam is.
Yeah.
So, do you have what? How, do you have expectations about how that's going to play out once Bryony realizes what she's dealing with?
Yeah, which is why at one level I was deciding whether to go fighter or stay on the paladin path.
Hmm.
And it was dependent on the interaction with her. If it had gone poorly, she would not have wanted to
Yep.
continue on her paladin path. But she'd still want to get stronger, so she would have gone fighter. But
Yep.
that was a positive
Yep.
connection for her. So she's like, "Oh, I'm on the right path. I'm doing good. I'm helping people."
Because your DM's super mean and is not going to reveal that.
No, I don't. As long, I mean, it could be on her 20th level game
Yeah.
that Umberly comes out and goes. But
Like,
I
okay,
thought
now you're really powerful. Let's destroy the world together.
if Brumner died on his SEAL mission,
Oof,
that
yeah.
might, because that was right when they
Mm.
started to they got really serious when he got back. But like they
Yep.
were leading up to that right before, and I thought that could be like a trigger for her if something happens to him. Um, but my expectation is that you will have fun with it.
You know me.
Yes, and for it to come out in a divine moment.
I will do my best.
Yeah.
Um, cool. Let's talk about the Horde. So obviously, Bryony has a couple of people that she's close to, but she doesn't actually interact that much with the wider Horde. Um,
Uh,
what is her impression of Titania?
She's the boss. I mean, she's not, she doesn't really have a lot of interaction with Titania. And she's like, oh, if somebody kicked her out of where she belongs and she needs help getting back. Yeah, that's a worthy cause.
Mm.
And,
Fair enough.
she sees how well everybody is taken care of
Mm.
and protected there. So she's kind of ambivalent, but just this is a good place
Yeah.
and looks like we're doing good things. So yeah, I'm on board.
It's really interesting to me because the earlier characters tend to be much more loyal and emotionally invested. The newer characters are a lot more ambivalent, is a good word, about Titania and what she's doing. And I think it's because the earlier characters saw her being much more vulnerable.
Yeah, and we
That's my
saw
theory.
the trajectory too from
Yeah,
go out and steal this shit for me to, oh,
actually,
you guys are in danger? Oh, like we
yeah,
saw the progression.
yeah, yeah. You saw her actually change based on what she was. Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, and
It's just,
Morwen has a personal relationship with
of
her, so
course,
that's completely
yeah.
different.
It was just interesting to me because your two characters, because you've had both of those experiences from a character
Mhm.
point of view, and I was just curious whether Bryony's impression is less favorable than Morwen's, or if she's just like, powerful boss.
Less powerful, less connection,
Yeah.
you know, to Morwen, to Tanya's family,
Hmm.
and to Bryony, she is the boss.
Yeah. Fair. Is there anyone in the Horde that Bryony is like, fuck that guy in particular?
No, I wrote notes and I'm like, enemies. I'm like, who does she not get along with? She's just very chill.
Mm.
She just kind of, like,
I feel like we
like
need to give her some emotional damage.
right, the race. The race was rough.
Oh, that's true.
The
That's true.
race.
I
He
forgot
was
she was in
like,
that one. Yeah.
so, Adam, who plays Brumner, was really sick. He had the flu so bad.
Yeah.
That's because he was supposed to be on that
Yeah.
So I DM'd him and I was like, oh, by the way, in the mission today, Briney almost died. And she said, tell Brumner I'm sorry. He's like, what? What are you telling me right now?
Oh wow! Did you
Yeah.
replace him in that mission? I don't remember.
No.
Oh my god! So
So,
we could have had two couples on that mission, and
yeah.
it was designed to freaking fuck you up.
Yes.
Wow, that would have been amazing. I'm kind of sad that he was sick now.
Right? Such emotional damage. Um, but that one was um, shit. I almost died.
Yeah,
And then Ursa kind of came around and was like checking on everybody. And then we went to check on Doris and,
yeah.
Zinri, and just like, all right, so she got out a little bit with,
Mm.
she kind of bonded a little more with some on that job for
It's
that.
nothing like nearly dying together to bring
I
people.
mean,
um. Okay. Cool. So, but there's no one that she doesn't like or doesn't trust.
she has not had
She's such a sweet soul.
bad. Yeah, she hasn't had bad. I mean, a lot of people have locked heads with Lon,
Mm.
but Lon is totally sweet to her.
Yeah.
And he's the one that was like, you don't talk to your God, you don't know what she wants from you.
Yeah.
And she was like, wants from me. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's an odd friendship, I think. They
Yeah.
don't hang out a
Yeah.
lot, but it's like they're at the lake.
Yeah. Yeah. He's such an interesting character. I really enjoy him as a character. He's just there's so much delicious things
Yeah.
to mess with there. It's great.
Yeah, Morwen
Um
can't stand him because she met him right after Chaos and Ruin, and he's like, didn't you get a trophy? She was like, oh my God.
funny too because Fernando is such a complete sweetheart. And he plays such an asshole. It's great. Anyway, um back to Briney. Sorry, we got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Um what is she hoping to get out of this? Like she's been here now for 10 missions. She arrived wanting just to prove herself, I guess.
Yeah.
Has her motivation changed? What's changed? Has anything changed? Does she still just want to prove herself?
I think originally she wanted to put enough good out into the world and go home and say to her mother, I'm not a useless piece of shit. I made a
Yeah.
mistake, but I learned from it and I've done good things. But I don't
Hmm.
think she cares about that now anymore.
Mm.
That her mom made the choice she made. And she's not the most loving, caring, nobody comes from loving, caring place.
What is it with you and bad parents, Kit?
Her mom was lovely. um,
Oh,
so I I don't know if she has a goal for after.
okay.
She might go home
She
just to
might
say,
set up a brewery with Brumner and live happily ever after.
I mean, you never know.
Mm. You can have two sets of characters making alcohol and living happily ever after.
Maybe we'll just no, Icewind Dale would be too cold for Briney. She's from an island.
Yeah, nah. But tell me, Bri- she's a difficult one. She has no. Tell me, Briney's deepest, darkest secret. What's she hiding
Well,
from us?
I totally took notes because I'm like, she's gonna ask me something and I'm not gonna know what to do. Um, oh, I think like the Wave Mother is the biggest secret, but she doesn't
No,
know
but
it.
she doesn't know that. So, is there
Yeah.
anything she's hiding?
No, because Ardbeg is the one that showed her around, so she kind of hangs out with him a little bit too. But
Hmm.
I hang out with Will enough. I don't need to
Yeah.
put all of my characters in his orbit. But like they hang out at the arena sometimes. They'll do
Hmm.
for an orb and go have a drink or something. And so he's the first one that was like, "So what's your story?" And
Hmm.
she had been there for months.
Yeah.
And she starts telling, and he was like, has nobody asked you this? No. So she would put herself places but just not
Yeah.
interact that much. So that was in the early days when she was still feeling really crappy about herself.
Mm.
So he kind of helped her over that, like, you're admitting it. You're trying to do better. Like,
Yep.
everybody makes mistakes. You know what I mean? So he kind of soldier talked her through
He's
that
very good at
first.
that.
Yeah.
You need some
Yeah.
tough love.
So,
Art makes you man.
but I mean, because he's made his own mistakes. She doesn't know
Mm.
about that. Kit knows about Ardbeg's
Yep.
backstory, but she knows that he was speaking from a place of knowing, even without knowing the details.
Yep.
And so that made her start building her self-esteem and feeling like maybe she's not such a bad person. She can do good things. And that's when she started kind of socializing a little bit more. And
Ooh.
but yeah,
Um,
she reads and swims and hangs out at
she's
the
a
lake. She's very chill.
sweet, wholesome soul. What is she
Yeah.
doing in this den of fucking reprobates? Um,
She's clueless about all of
I
it.
know. Bless her. All right. Tell me about Briney's. Usually, this is where I say, "Tell me about your favorite Horde moment," but I'm going to limit you to your favorite Horde moment involving Briney.
Good, because that's what I did.
Okay. Because otherwise, we could be here all day.
Yeah. So there was a scene where Jean-Luc was putting on a puppet show,
Hmm.
and Briney was in the audience. And this little traveler doll comes out, and she's like, "I know that guy."
Uh-huh.
And she has the little traveler pendant,
Hmm.
you know,
I
not
do.
this one.
Yes, yes, I do.
And
The
so
penis
having
pendant,
this
yes.
conversation with Jean-Luc, where she's like fondling her pendant, she was, because it's just a pendant to her.
Uh-huh.
And Kyle was like, "What?" So I loved that moment, and her meeting Cardigan was
Hmm.
like,
So good.
"No way, they're never gonna believe this back home."
He's just hanging out here.
Yeah.
Cool. Um, what about missions? Does Briney have a favorite mission, and does Kit have a favorite Briney mission? And
Yes.
are they the
Well,
same?
no.
No.
Its favorite mission was the floating rocks, because I love a murder
Murder
mystery.
mystery. Yep.
And the fact that poor Lionel, he had to change the whole outcome because we wouldn't do what was in his script.
For you.
Uh-uh. Like the Christie fan going, we're not letting any of the suspects out of here. So that was really fun to unravel all of that.
I was thrilled when he told me what he wanted to do with that game because it's not my strength. Like I wouldn't be able to run a game like that as well as he can. Like I could probably do it and follow a script, but it's definitely not my kind of story. Whereas it's very much his kind of story, and he's very good at it. So I was thrilled that he decided to run with that because I was like, yes, that's something we haven't done, and it's something I would feel a little bit weird about trying to pull off. So it
Yeah,
was awesome.
I really love that one. But Briney likes the Mage's Prison
Uh-huh.
for two reasons. The plan worked,
Which is rare and wonderful.
and Brumner said, "You're pretty when you murder."
It was also a Lionel game, right?
Yes.
I feel like Bridie has been. This is, I think, part of my problem is when I was planning this interview, I was like,
Oh,
Bridie has done a lot of games that I didn't DM.
I've done a lot of Laura games too.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. So I haven't actually
Okay.
had that much interaction with her, like in in a
That's
game
true.
environment,
Yeah.
because she's done a lot of, and I think that's just because your schedule allows you to pick up those extra games really easily and to drop in when
Yeah.
other people drop out and that kind of thing.
How I got to 15 so quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, because I think you have
I
done
didn't realize that.
a lot of the games that I didn't DM, Bryony has
Mhm.
been in.
It didn't occur to me until just now
Mm,
when you said that.
yeah.
Huh.
Yes, I mean, it's not it's just it makes it harder for me to be like, What do I know
Yeah.
about this character?" Never see her in action. What's going on? How did she get to level 15?
Guys.
Briney didn't do a seal, right? She was going to be on the Leviathan.
She's gonna do the seventh one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is now been taken
Yeah.
care of in another way.
That'd be interesting.
Which may or may not have far-reaching consequences.
So yeah, so the cover story for them uh going on the SEAL mission. So it's not known to the rest of the
Yeah.
realm. I would love for, I think I sent you a DM request.
Yeah.
For there to, because there's going to be actual ocean, right? Matera is on the ocean.
It's a port city, yeah. That's what the mirror is in Mirror Terra.
That's what I was thinking. Like, wait, yeah. So I'm hoping there's some Wave Mother development at
We
that
can
point.
definitely make that happen.
Yeah.
Because
So
the game that is happening that weekend is Lionel's DMing it. So that we can get the weekend off so that we can prep for.
Yeah. So
I'm sure we can figure something out.
Yeah.
It's gonna go have a dip in the ocean on south of Althea.
Yeah.
Cool.
Get some juice.
Get some juice.
And it'll work with, if it messes with her mind, for how she would be when she gets back.
Yeah.
She won't have to pretend so much. Because a lot of the higher level characters won't be there to interact with people for them to notice so much that, oh gosh, you went to the far realm. What's your deal?
Yeah.
But she's gonna.
It only has to be kept a secret for a week.
Yeah.
Which is a long time in Horde time, but still.
Yeah, but she can go a week without talking to many people, so.
Yeah, not hard for Briney. Might be hard for some of the others. I can't remember who else is. Harper is on that. Oh, Bomber won't even be there. It's fine. I have other plans for Bomber. Me and Brandon have been scheming.
Oh, cool.
So this is usually again where I ask you if there's anything you're looking forward to, but we're kind of wrapping up at this point and then moving on to a slightly twisted alternate version of it that's going to happen next year. So I guess I can still ask you that question, but it's a little more vague. Is that like what are you looking forward to in the future of the Horde as far as you can see it at this point?
I think she's looking forward to getting the war over. She doesn't really glorify war, but let's get past it.
Yep.
Let's face it, take care of it, figure out what's happening afterwards. And because I don't think she can see a future until after that.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a lot. And as a player,
well, I've already started scheming my third character.
My God.
Indigo's mom. No.
Yes.
I don't know why that name came to me. I don't know why, but it just,
pretty funny.
You're going to hate it because it's a pun.
That's okay. They can just die in their first mission.
That's okay. I mean, I don't know if you're going to even like the backstory, but Rex and I have been having a blast making
I'm sure it'll be fun. I just need to give you some more world stuff so you can place your people in the appropriate places.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the season 2 and seeing how the town and the people that are going to be there for us to interact with and what the new dynamic is going to be. And
it's going to be quite different because you're not going to be living in a place that just gives you everything you need.
Yeah.
So which I think while originally we did that just because it simplified matters, it has reached a point now where it has made it gives people too much idle hands. So we're taking your idle hands away from you. We're going to be like, you want a drink? Cool. You have to make some money first.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. It's also going to be a lot less. Here's a completely legendary weapon.
Yeah.
Less of that. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I look forward to seeing how Briney survives Circle Creek and
Yeah.
surrounds. There is a really big lake, like a day west of Circle Creek.
Mm.
You have to travel to it by river. There are no roads.
Oh.
So that could be fun.
She's
Why do you
just
look so
hanging out in the
worried?
river. Yeah, I'm like, how did she get there? Just hanging out in the river. Well, she's a water
No,
baby.
there's like trade boats and stuff. There's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what are those? Like those longboat things. You know what I mean? The ones you get in England. Do you know what I'm talking about? The boats that you live on? I spent a summer on one of those boats. That's all, but I don't remember what they're called. Like riverboat things that travel up and down.
River, yeah.
Yeah. So you can travel there. It's just you have to
Yeah.
make friends with some river people.
She could probably do that.
All right. Um. So the Wave Mother's your big secret. Oh, I feel like we need some juicy tidbit for the end.
Some juicy tidbit for
You
the
have a
end.
juicy. Is there anything you haven't mentioned that you wrote in your notes that we haven't covered that you would
Let
like
me,
to
let me look at my
reveal
brain.
to your adoring fan base?
Yeah, I mean, Morwen didn't really have any secrets either. She just,
But
had her
like
heart on her sleeve.
this is the
Like,
Kit thing. Kit wears her heart on her
yeah,
sleeve. So,
yeah.
so your
I'm
characters
not.
do too.
I don't like secrets, but they're interesting. Um,
They're interesting in stories. In real life, don't
yeah,
keep secrets. It's hard work. Why would you do
yeah.
it?
Um, well, she doesn't know who her father is.
Oh.
There's
Oh.
all there's all these rumors on Rumblecusp that he's a water djinn or that he's, a water elemental, or because her mother's elven
Interesting. Okay.
and she doesn't, and her mother will not
Yeah.
talk about it. Like, I'm your
Hmm.
family. You don't need to know anything about that. So of course it's like, who's Briney's dad? Yeah.
Interesting. Oh. The
He's
problem
the
is that
crown.
you're not you're not going to be in that world for very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I see. All right. I'll just file that away.
Just file that away.
Your father is in fact Umberly. Because what is gender to a god?
Immaterial.
Exactly. Um, cool. All right. Well, thank you for your time. It is always a pleasure. I look forward to seeing how Bryony handles the end of this crazy Fey war that we have accidentally made. This was never my plan, by the way. I was going to just do a bunch of random one shots.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
That
Anyway,
is just completely wild.
I know. I know. I never, ever in a million years expected it to become anything like what it is. It's crazy. But that's cool. And yeah, and then we will move on to Azuria and Circle Creek and see where that takes us.
Yeah.
Um, thank you for being such an intrinsic part of this community. You are the heart of the thing. It's a delight
Aw.
to have you on board. Well, a heart. We have many hearts, but you are definitely one of them. Um,
And
and
the hope. What does Garrett
I
tell
hope,
me? The
yeah,
hope. Yeah.
hope, faith, and hope.
Talking
Yep.
law.
Yeah, and we will see what Bryony does next. I'm not sure when we're going to air this, so if you're watching this on YouTube, um, I guess go and check Twitch. Maybe something's happening there.
Yeah.
If not, you should hit the follow button so that when it does happen, you know about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're probably going to air these interviews during the break. Is actually what's going to happen.
Okay.
Um,
The
because
secret will be out.
yeah, so we can start fresh with new things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we also have a number of people hitting 15 in the final. So,
Right. Yeah.
all right. Thank you for your time and your love
Mm-hmm.
and your energy. And we love you. If you're watching, thank you for watching. And make sure you're watching us on Twitch and all the places. And we will see you next time. Have a beautiful time zone.